ちの歌消えない心の傷メシアを求め続けたあの日の夜
This is your Anime Degens 56. Welcome back for another week. We got just me and Dan here.
Howdy.
Bass, yeah. I love it when Dan says howdy. Bass is, I think he's away on a work trip, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah. He might have got back today, but you know, he can take the day off. He deserves it.
He's gonna be working pretty hard the next couple weeks while Dan's out. So
It's true. Yeah. This is last time you guys are gonna hear my voice for a solid 3 episodes, I think.
yeah, I think it's gonna be rundown, Degen, rundown, and you're probably gonna be on the next Degen, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking, anyways. We never know with Dan, so it's up in the air, kind of.
Yeah, well, hey, this is at least a planned vacation, not like a work trip that was sprung on me last minute, you know?
I mean, that's always better, you know? But what we got today, we're just going to be like talking about some of our anticipated spring shows that's coming up, since we're, I guess, almost 3/4 of the way through the winter season. So it's a good time to try to figure out what's going on with spring, you know? But I guess this is a time where I say the best way to support us, as always, is to rate the podcast. You know, give us a 5-star on anything y'all listen on. Give us a thumbs up, whatever. It helps out a lot. I think we got like 20 some reviews or ratings on Spotify, less than 10 on Apple. So if y'all want to bump them up, that would be awesome, you know?
We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, it definitely helps us out a lot. People see those and they're like, "Oh, this is a legit podcast, right?" So,
I hope we're a legit podcast at this point, or else we've
been doing something wrong, right? But yeah, also make sure you follow us on all the socials. You know, Twitter, Threads, Bluesky, whatever's out there. We're probably on it. So
did you just call Blue Sky Bluesky?
Yeah, Bluesky.
I like it.
But yeah, and our YouTube, follow our YouTube, linktree.com/anime degens, and that's probably about it. Just make sure you support us for free, in all these ways, and we'd very much appreciate it. And
if you guys want to send us some money, you know, so we can afford, I don't know, school books or something, because all of us, no, I'm just kidding.
Robin. Afford Robin.
You can go to onlyfans.com/anime degens, and there's some really good pictures of Tyler on there, let me tell you.
Yeah, except it's not real. I haven't made that one yet. So.
Allegedly.
But I guess we get in a little bit of news before we get into our peak bullshit hour. So the first one we got actually a confirmation now. I know we've talked about this before once. You know, when we was doing our live action wish list, I think it was. But Naruto is now got a live action officially in the works. They've been like playing around with it since like 2014, 2015, if I remember right. It's going to be done by Lionsgate, who's had the rights for it for a while. But it's actually going to be the director of it. It's going to be Destin Daniel Cretton. And if you don't know who that is, they recently directed Marvel's Shang-Chi and also The Legend of the Ten Rings. I've seen neither one of those, but I know Marvel's that's a big name. So
isn't that the same movie? Isn't it Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings?
It might be. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I got off the Marvel train once like they finished like the Avengers saga with like Endgame. I was like, no, you know what? I'm good. I don't need more superheroes in my day. Let's get back to anime.
Yeah, I think the last one I watched was like the Thanos stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Maybe a few here and there, just, you know, on the TV casually, but you know, I've mostly watched anime now. So, but the biggest thing I like about this is Flow. The band Flow is actually going to be making the OP and ED for this live action, And if y'all don't remember who that is, they've made like some of the iconic Naruto OPs and EDs like Go, Remember, Sign, and Rainbow Sky. Which some of them's like really high on like bangers for me. So especially like Go and Remember, I'm pretty sure. So but yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
kind of excited for that. We seen some trailers and shit of the past like 2000 like 10 years ago work. I haven't really seen anything out now, so I'm hoping that it's a little bit better now since I'm working on it again. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a list of like top Lionsgate movies, and unfortunately, there's nothing on here that makes me think like, oh, these guys could kill an anime movie. You know,
yeah,
it's like The Hunger Games, and just like a lot like John Wick. And like John Wick, the fighting makes me think it, but I don't know. There's nothing with like good old hand to hand boxing.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely worrisome. Especially like I said, I seen the like I guess promotional cover art or whatever of like the actors they had back then, back I guess 10 years ago, and it didn't look really good, but today's a new day. We got people doing live action now and they're halfway decent, like the Avatar one, it's halfway decent. One Piece was exceptional. So
I just
we can only hope.
I just have flashbacks to Dragon Ball Evolution, and I get so afraid.
That and the last Avatar, right?
Oh yeah, that was bad too. That's the one that gives Bass panic attacks. For me, it's Dragon Ball Evolution, where Goku is a high schooler.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't like One Piece is my favorite of all time, but Naruto holds a really uh, big spot in my heart. So it would be tragic if I watched this and just it was just shit. So
Definitely. Cool. For our next piece of news, we got Katakawa is announced, Jesus Christ, an Elden Ring webcomic. So that's pretty exciting. That's going to drop on March 29th. And if you're big into Elden Ring, it's going to be on the Tatesc, Tatesc comics website. So if you're big into Elden Ring, check that out. Could be kind of cool.
yeah, I haven't really played the game, but I've watched like a lot of people play it. It seems like it could be made into a manga, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not the biggest Souls like game guy, so like I haven't played many of them, so I wouldn't know. But they always had
Yeah,
good stories. So
yeah. Hopefully, it's like kind of dark. That would be a good read. So, but
definitely,
our next thing is speaking of like Demon Slayer and stuff, the Hashira training movie, which came out. As y'all know, it's usually the last two episodes or whatever, like I guess hours worth of old content mixed with like 40 minutes of new content. The first episode of the new arc came out. I think it was last weekend. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure. And opening weekend they earned $11.5 million over here in the States, which is wild.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since it's not actually a movie; it's literally just like, hey, you want to see the first episode a couple weeks early? We got you.
Yeah, the first long episode is it's about probably what 40 minutes long the way they've been doing it recently. So
Yeah, and I went and saw last time they did this with the Swordsmith training arc, and let me tell you, that was worth it alone to see the Love Hashira on the big screen running down those stairs. But I didn't get a chance to check this one out. I was in Colorado, so
I feel like this one it would be worth it just to see like the field scene at the end of the last arc, right?
oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
on like a giant movie screen.
Yeah, not even counting like the actual first episode, just seeing the end of the last arc in the field or whatever. That would be awesome because that was like one of the better finales that Demon Slayer's had. So for me,
Yeah,
anyways.
definitely.
But yeah,
Uh,
that's it for Demon Slayer.
Cool. For my last piece of news, Crunchyroll is testing AI for subtitles. So fingers crossed, we're gonna get more Malevolent Kitchen. I'm a big fan of that. And I think it'd be funny if like they actually went ahead and like posted AI bloopers for like mistranslations. Like they don't need to actually release it, but if they just make like a YouTube video of all the mistranslations, I think that could be really funny.
Yeah, and also there was another one. I don't know. They obviously they haven't confirmed anything, but for y'all to know, Yuzuki family 4 sons actually like when the first episode first dropped, the translations was horrible. Like it was unwatchable, and I almost wonder if this was part of that because they literally had to like. I think they either took it down or like apologized and it had to wait a while before they was able to put new subtitles back up. So I wonder if that was part of that. I was
Yeah,
always curious.
I'd be curious because like with AI translations, I feel like you're gonna have very accurate translations, but the problem with that is they're not gonna like change things for regional context.
Yeah,
So like,
it's not
it might
gonna have the same feel.
and it might have a joke that just makes zero sense in English,
But where this is good for, I think, I mean, it's not really good for a whole lot except for, all these other languages that don't have dubs, right? And like you could literally maybe take the original Japanese version and like the English subtitle version, and like put them together and have the AI make like versions for less popular, um,
Yeah.
languages.
Yeah, it'd be cool too. I mean, like, I'm curious how they would do it because like YouTube is using AI to do instantaneous translations of videos that don't have English subtitles. And it's pretty janky. Like it takes a little while for it to do it. So I'm hoping that they're gonna actually, do it preemptively and not try and do it on the fly, because then you're gonna be reading subtitles 15 seconds late and it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I really hope they know what they're doing. I think this said that they was testing it out, and they confirmed that they was testing it out. So it just makes me wonder if the Malevolent Kitchen and like the Yuzuki family's first episode last season was part of that testing, and we just didn't know about it at the time. So
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
yeah. But the next thing we got is Frieren is actually getting a novel adaptation. So, if you don't like reading mangas, right to left, whatever, here's your chance to read Peak, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like pictures in your book, like some weirdo, I don't know. I mean, the best part of manga is the panels, that's where you get like the action and stuff. But if you're more looking for a fantasy novel, which I think for you to do a great job of, definitely check it out. I'd be curious to see if it does get like an English, I'm trying to think of the right word, one that actually reads right to left, because Japanese books also read left to right, period. So like, I'd be curious if they'd flip flop it for an English release,
Yeah. I mean, they probably would. I'm pretty sure. I've read some like light novels on like Nook or whatever, and they read the correct way. So,
Okay.
Which
Cool.
I mean, that's Nook though. Like it could be making me read the correct way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
But yeah, I definitely, I would say if you're like Lord of the Rings vibes or something like that, you would probably enjoy Frieren. It's like a lighter version of that, right?
Yeah, definitely a lighter version, much less stress. I'm laughing because like I might try and make my wife read it, but I don't think there's enough smut. So
I think you could introduce her to like Tumblr and
no. She doesn't. Nobody. I don't. No Tumblr. It's a dark place.
Tumblr. And just type in Frieren smut, and it's got all you need. I'm
See,
sure.
I don't need it. I used to use Tumblr back in like early high school, I want to say. And I just remember my handle was a cock meat sandwich. And my picture was a piece of ham on bread that looked like a dick and balls.
Well, You could clearly say Dan was part of the problem.
But I didn't post Frieren smut. You know, I'm better than that.
Frieren wasn't a thing.
I didn't post smut. I found memes on it, dude.
Well, I'm sure there's an algorithm for everyone. So if you want Frieren smut, like you can get that. Or if you just want to see Degen shit, you know, you can just follow us on there too. So
just me like, I didn't know we had a Tumblr. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, I guess that's about it for the news though. We had some fan things, so
cool. Well, let's get into our topic. So today we're doing what we do every season. We're doing a little spring 24 look ahead. So these are some shows that we're excited for coming up next season. There's some good stuff dropping. So I'm excited to get the conversation rolling. So I guess I'll go first, and this is probably the show I'm most excited for this season, and it's Kaiju number 8. It's going to be done by Production IG. It's based on a manga by Naoya Matsumoto, and this is a kind of an interesting one because this is the first anime that's going to release simultaneously worldwide on Twitter. So that's fucking weird. But
ain't this the one that's going to release on everything? Including Twitter?
I know it's on Crunchyroll. I didn't look to see if it was dropping anywhere else.
Okay.
But the fact that they're going to release it to everyone in the world at the same time is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Because like we get everything like what? A couple hours after Japan, I feel like?
Yeah, sometimes even longer than that. And that's just if you pay for, premium or whatever. So
yeah. For a quick synopsis, in a world plagued by monstrous creatures called kaiju, the Defense Corps, a dedicated military unit, battles these Godzilla-like beings to protect civilians. Kafka Hibino, a dissatisfied 32-year-old sweeper for the professional Kaiju Cleaner Corporation, that's a fucking gnarly job, once aspired to join the Defense Corps, but gave up on his dream. When an ambitious recruit, Lino Ichikawa, joins his team, Kafka is reminded of his desire. After a series of events and a parasitic encounter with a kaiju, Kafka transforms into a humanoid monster determined to pursue his lifelong dream of fighting fucking Godzilla. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's going to be gas.
So I watched the trailer and, we all know Production IG is going to hit this out of the park. It's one of my favorite studios. But at the end of it, I was like, is this kind of like Attack on Titan?
It's funny because like you got AOT vibes and I got like Chainsaw Man meets Godzilla vibes.
Yeah, and I also like put it down in my little notes thing, like bloody. Like it looks like it's gonna
very
be bloody.
Very bloody. It was fucking raining blood. Like there was a Slayer song going on my computer screen. I was like, yo, we're raining blood right now. I'm in.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited for this because it looks bloody. It looks like it's gonna have like Attack on Titan vibes, kind of. It looks like he even in the summary he just read. It said that he transforms into a monster or whatever. I'm assuming like a kaiju, maybe.
There you go. No monsters here, just kaiju, baby.
Yeah, so I guess it's gonna be similar. Like if you like Attack on Titan, then you probably like this. So it's what it seems like.
Yeah, I mean this is super hyped up, and like I'm someone who like I love the kaiju genre. Like I grew up watching Godzilla, all of that, and so many like I've watched a lot of anime with kaiju, but I think this one is just gonna blow them out of the water. Normally it's like kind of like a Power Rangery anime where it's like you got a team with robots and they fight giant monsters. But this looks dark, and I'm really here for it.
Yeah, and then also the trailer we watched, it was kind of giving off some comedic scenes too, feelings. So I hope it looks like hopefully it'll kind of be a little bit balanced, which I love that when they balance it out, kind of. So the darkness and the humor.
Definitely. And the last thing I just want to touch on is that Kafka's job as a monster sweeper is fucking gnarly. Like you just see these guys pulling chainsaws out to cut up these giant monster carcasses, and they're literally just cleaning up the streets. Like that is fucking gross, dude. That must smell so bad.
it probably doesn't smell good, but yeah, it's. I mean, I just wonder what that job description is like.
Hey, do you like power tools and disassembling giant monster bodies? Do I have a job for you?
Do you like blood?
Do you like raining blood?
Have you ever worked in a what's it called uh
A
where they
slaughterhouse?
slaughterhouse? Yeah, a slaughterhouse. Do you have experience working in a slaughterhouse?
Dude, I used to work with a company that made the tools for slaughterhouses. Oh my god, that shit is intense. Like, you're literally just taking a fucking circular saw to these things. It's insane.
I mean, it gets the job done fast.
Yeah, gnarly.
Efficiency is
Dude,
key, right?
if I ever have to go to a slaughterhouse for work, I'm literally burning the clothes I wear.
Yeah. I I've been around them before. I haven't like really worked in one. Um, but yeah, I've had opportunities to work at like Tyson before,
Yeah.
Tyson Chicken, which is kind of out. It's kind of the same, kind of, except it's not that intense. You know what I mean? It's still dealing with raw chicken and shit. So
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm going to a Tyson processing facility in a couple weeks for work. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I just hope it's not the killing of the chickens. I hope it's the chicken nugget factory because I can deal with that. Like,
yeah, I think it's. I don't think they killed him,
yeah,
but
I
I
think
think
they,
that they have the raw, you know, products there, and they have to make it into the chicken nuggets,
yeah,
basically.
they just drop it in a meat grinder, separate the bones, and then push the goo into a mold and bread it.
The smell is probably not very good, so you just be prepared for that, Dan.
Yeah, I was at a cat food factory a couple weeks ago, and that didn't smell good. But I
Chickens are
don't,
worse.
I don't
So
know, man. This is like
yeah.
chicken and fish and meat all at the same time.
Yeah, it depends on the sanitation, you know what I
It
mean?
also depends on the season. I'm glad I'm going
Yeah,
here in like the
the
spring and
winter.
not, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, March. I'm glad I'm not going in July. I would have been like,
I
no, I'm good.
I couldn't imagine going to a place like that, like dog food or like chicken or a slaughterhouse in the summertime, because
Oh,
if
it'd be
the
brutal.
sanitation ain't on top of that shit, like, it's gotta stink, bro. So
Definitely. Well, let's get back to anime and get off the chicken carcasses.
yeah, yeah. Let's talk about kajus again.
That's all I got for Kaijus.
Oh,
I think we're on to some slimes.
okay. Yeah. So my first one that I'm really looking forward to, many of y'all know it. It's a really popular isekai. Is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, season 3. I think it's the only sequel I got on my little list here of 3 shows. But all the previous seasons are 8+ on Mal. This is my favorite isekai. And there's a reason for it. It's pretty balanced. It's got world building plus the fights. Season 2 was just phenomenal. But it's also done by Studio 8-Bit, which I don't know if they've done a whole lot. I think they're relatively new, I think. Um, but just a little summary for this. I'll read the season 1 summary, so there's not really any spoilers. Satoru Mikami, a corporate worker, is stabbed and dies. He didn't get killed by Truck Coon this time. And he awakens as a slime in a new world, gaining the power to devour and mimic. He befriends the sealed dragon Veldora and becomes Rimuru Tempest. Liberated from his old life, Rimuru embarks on a transformative journey. And that's pretty much it. So you got your standard OP MC main character. He gets like he builds up his little people or whatever. He gains a harem and he's OP and he fights, and it looks really good. Season 2 is the best season yet. Hopefully season 3 like it's go takes the energy off of season 2 and continues it, because them fights went hard.
So I haven't watched this show yet. Does it have like comedy in it as well, or is it very serious?
Um I'd say it has a little bit of comedy, but most of
Most.
it's like focused on like Um, basically world building in the sense that is like how to create his own kingdom kind of people. He's trying to save people and save the lesser known uh people like goblins and shit like that, people stuff that people want to kill. he
Huh.
like he like takes them in and creates his own um
Kingdom-sized
yeah,
harem. Got it.
kingdom, and he's just growing that kingdom, and he has to fight the demon. There's like a big antagonist, strong antagonist army type thing happening too, and there's like a demon king um council type shit. So it gets into like a lot of the world building aspects, which I really really enjoy, like the kingdom raising, kingdom running type shit with the adventures and the big flashy fights from a OP main character. So plus, like I said, he develops like a harem. It's isekai. So
Yeah,
he
well, you
develops
gotta
a
get a
harem.
harem. You gotta get a
So
harem. It's an isekai.
yeah. But like I said, this is my favorite isekai. If anyone hasn't watched it yet, like Slime is the way to go if you want a good isekai that is above average. So like way above average. But yeah, I think that's about all I got. Can't really talk about season 3 that much without spoiling a lot. I just threw out some basic season 1 shit. So maybe get more people watching it. It's good. We've been waiting like I think a couple years for this. So
Nice. Yeah, I think I probably have to check it out. It's been. What color is Rimru's hair? This is very
blue.
important for me. Blue? Okay, yeah, I'll check this out. He's not a black-haired, overpowered
Yeah.
dude with a harem.
He's a slime, but that's his. He can change into mostly anything he wants, right? Like
Yeah.
I
Well, yeah,
think
doesn't he like absorb people and steal their powers and become just like absolutely broken?
Yeah, I was going to say I kind of got into it a little bit on our Cell Wars shit, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's absolutely broken. He can be he's outrageous. So,
Okay, sweet.
but
Maybe
that's
I'll
all I
check
got
it
for
out
that. So,
after the isekai I'm watching right now, which we'll get into later. Cool. So my next show I'm really excited for is Go Go Loser Ranger. And this is just the fucking Power Rangers, but it's the boys. So if you guys have seen the Amazon original, The Boys, like it shows the corrupt side of being a superhero, and this is just some corrupt shit with the Power Rangers. So I'm fucking here for that. It's done by Studio Yostar, and it's dropping on April 7th. And I think it's dropping on Crunchyroll. I think so. I did
yeah,
not find it, so I think it's on Crunchyroll.
most of these shows they haven't really released like the provider yet. So,
Yeah.
but you would assume Crunchyroll unless they're saying Hulu already or Disney Plus, whatever.
Yeah, usually if it's not Crunchyroll because it'll say High Dive or Hulu or Disney on it. But for a quick synopsis, 13 years ago, the nefarious monster army invaded Earth, but humanity's great protectors, the Power Rangers, Dragon Keepers, defeated them in a single year. Every Sunday since, the monsters have been forced to act out humiliating defeat after defeat in front of an unsuspecting audience. Determined to change this, a single monster named D, he's got the Willow D folks, infiltrates the Ranger force. With the help of the mysterious Ranger Yumeko Suzukuri, D managed to seize one of the defined artifacts, the only weapons capable of permanently killing the monster's mortal bodies. However, D's subsequent encounter with the Dragon Keepers led to his unfortunate end, so who will stop them now? Yeah. I'm pretty hyped for this, man. I have like no idea how it's gonna go. Like the animation looks pretty good from the trailer, and I just think the premise is nuts. Like we're gonna have corrupt Power Rangers, and I'm so fucking here for that.
Yeah, I wasn't really. You can't really tell that from the trailer. So I'm glad you talked about it in your synopsis because I thought it was going to be like it looked like it was going to be like Power Rangers, basically, right?
Yeah.
And it does look really good though. I am wanting to see like it didn't really show a whole lot of action scenes in it. It
It
only
just
showed a
showed them
few.
using their super powerful
Yeah,
combo rifle attack.
yeah, the rocket launcher bazooka shit. I don't even know what to call it, but I really want to see more of the action scenes. I'm definitely checking this out though. I'm just not sold on it 100% yet because it could go either. This is one of those shows where it could go either way. It can go, really good, like 8 or something, or it can be just bad.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's exactly how I feel about it. But like, I'm really hoping, the thing that I hope is that the Dragon Keepers are all really corrupt and all have like their own ulterior motives. I think that'd be a fun way to do it. I mean, during the trailer, you can kind of hear them talking some shit about each other. I'm like, oh, they don't like each other anymore. I'm fucking in on this.
they had the little smirky smiles going on, the shit eating grin, stuff
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Especially at the end of the trailer, you had like the mask off type shit. That actually like looked really good. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's just going to be a fun show. I'm not saying it's going to be like the next coming of freaking,
Power
I don't know,
Rangers.
Naruto or some shit, but I think it'll be really fun,
Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out because it looks like it could be a lot of fun, especially now that we know it's kind of like dark, like corruption involved. So definitely could be interesting. But is that all you got for your loser ranger or whatever
Go,
the hell it is?
go, Loser Ranger. Yeah, and we'll post all the trailers in Discord too, so you guys can check them out. Just put them all in one spot for you. Make it easy, So join the Discord.
Yeah, there's no way I'm calling it go loser ranger. So
Go, Loser Ranger is what you're
go
gonna call
Power Ranger.
it. You can find it in Japanese and try and pronounce that. How about that?
Okay. But yeah, linktree.com/anime degens to join our Discord. We be chilling in there. So, but the next one for me, the second one that I'm looking forward to is the Spice and Wolf remake. And this one had original season 1 back in 2008. So this has been what 16 years ago or so, and now we're finally getting a remake. There was 2 seasons on the original. It's Studio Passion, I believe is how you say it. Maybe a French name. I'm not sure.
That's my guess.
Yeah. but
Passione.
but for a little synopsis for this show, for the people that don't know, this is basically a fantasy romance drama with an adult cast. And Hollow, a revered wolf deity, and Paslow offers to partner with merchant Kraft Lawrence if he takes her to her northern home. Lawrence, recognizing Hollow's unique abilities, agrees. As they seek economic opportunities together, Lawrence's goals evolve unexpectedly. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. Y'all know I'm big about like the romance, and especially if you get into like the fantasy drama scene like this, it's usually pretty good for me. I really like that kind of stuff. I actually watched like the first, I think 3 to 4 episodes of the original Spice and Wolf before I heard this was coming out, and I was like, I'm not even gonna watch this. I'm gonna wait and watch the new one because it looks beautiful. It looks so much better animation wise. It looks like cute and fluffy, so but
Nice. Yeah. I watched the original way back when. I don't remember anything about it really, but I just like, besides the fact that a man falls in love with a wolf human thingy and then plays like economy simulator on his fucking IRL. That's about it.
does that not sound like fun to you?
I mean, banging a wolf god would be pretty. I mean, sorry. Dating a wolf god would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, we've actually seen that before. So just letting y'all know, in Wolf Children,
True.
he wasn't a god though. I don't think.
Nah, he was just a werewolf.
Yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to this. It's like if it wasn't for slime, this would probably be my number one look forward to show coming up. Because I mean, it's fantasy romance, and I really can't go wrong with that. I just love it so much. So, um,
Nice.
hopefully it does it justice. Hopefully all the fans that's been waiting for like a remake gets are really happy about this. So
Yeah, I think we're hitting our early 2000s remake arc because we got Kenshin, we got a Yu Hakusho live action, we're getting a Naruto live action, we're getting a Spice and Wolf remake, like
One Piece remake.
One Piece remake. Like, come on, guys. There's so much good manga out there. Make some new shows.
Yeah.
But you got to go where the money is, and I can't blame them.
I mean, I'm sure this is going to be like a top show of spring. So,
Oh, probably, yeah. I mean, it already has a huge following, and like the thing that I'm excited for it is it's going to introduce a lot of new people to the series, and it makes me hope they go back and appreciate the original.
yeah.
Which is what I say about every remake, but it's true. I mean, like I still think the Kenshin remake is not nearly as good as the OG. I mean, the OG's gas.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the little bit I watched of the original, it was still good. Like the graphics, I mean, the animation, it
It's just
wasn't
dated.
bad.
It's
It's
just
just like
dated.
the old style animation. It's literally an 8.22 on Mal, the first season. So even just think about this, like Dan said, Rurouni Kenshin. The old stuff was maybe a little bit older animation, but and the new stuff was sparkly and shiny. It's the same way with this. The new stuff looks sparkly and shiny, but it's basically the same thing. So
Yeah, as long as they don't try and remake Full Metal Alchemist a third time, I'm good. That's perfect. Just perfect the way it is.
the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood like animation is like some of the best animation out there. Even though it's older, it's still like it's just that middle ground where it's just like perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that it's old,
Yeah. I don't know. It's just shows like that, like Perfect Blue, for example, too. Like they do that animation style, and it just ages well.
Yeah,
It
and
just looks good.
it fits the movie. Like you don't want to get
Yeah.
away from that. You don't want to make it. You can't make Perfect Blue bright and bubbly. Like you can't
Yeah.
do that. That'd be wrong.
Yeah. Definitely not. It's just certain anime like animations older. It's just so much better. Naruto, for example. Naruto, I don't think it would benefit from a remake because the animation is already pretty good. So
I am just gonna say so on my plane on a flight I had recently. Someone in front of me was watching Naruto on their phone, and like I glanced at it, and I think it was a filler episode. There was like a boat and like people fighting on a boat, and I was like, oh my god, this looks fucking terrible.
well, you probably OG Naruto and
Yeah, it was
probably
OG Naruto.
360p or some shit.
And I'm like, oh my god, this looks awful. The characters are like just sliding across the screen.
Yeah, it had to be a filler
Oh,
episode.
it definitely was. It definitely was.
I skipped all that shit on my second watch through. So
Awesome.
but,
So I kind of took a cop out here. It's not a show, it's a movie, but I'm really excited for it, and I wanted an excuse to talk about one of my favorite series. And as we're getting another Code Geass movie, Dakan no Rose, or Rose of the Recapture. So I'm fucking hyped for this. It's done by Studio Sunrise as always. The movie's going to release on May 4th, 2024 in Japan. I don't know when the hell we're getting it here, but I'm pretty gassed up for this. I couldn't find a synopsis anywhere, so I just kind of threw together what I thought from the trailer. The movie is going to be about the recapture of Japan, or maybe Europe. It looks very European in the trailer, and it includes two new protagonists, Rose and Ash, and their brothers. But like I love Code Geass. It came out like 2008, I think, and we're gonna get that same gas, but with today's animation. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know how I feel about like a Code Geass movie without Lelouch. So that's the only like thing for me. I mean, he's one of the main reasons that whole story is so interesting. And Rosé's got some big shoes to fill coming in from my boy. But
all I know to say about this is the music in the trailer was crazy. I loved it.
Yeah, it was gas, dude. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm interested to see if Rose or Rose, whatever we're calling him, is kind of a similar character to Lelouch, or if they go a different route. I think I'd prefer to see not another super genius in it. You know, like you can't just have him be a carbon copy of the previous MC. So
Who is Rose and Ash? Are they like their sons, brothers, or what?
they're brothers. It was the guy piloting and then the guy on the computer.
No, from Lelouch. How
they
are
weren't.
they like to Lelouch?
I have no fucking
Nobody?
clue.
Oh, so it's just random people, basically.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's just the next uprising.
Okay,
It's the Britannian Empire.
I got you. So Lelouch didn't get it done, is what you're saying.
I mean, no spoilers. He got
I
a
guess I'll
lot
have to
done.
find
He
out
got a
my
lot
own way.
done. He got a lot done. Let me tell you that.
With them damn quacky guns.
Nagna bullets.
But yeah, it definitely looked really good in the trailer though. You know, I didn't really know a whole lot about what was going on, but I've only watched like 3-4 episodes of Code Geass, so but
Yeah,
it looked
I
really
mean,
good.
It takes place, I don't know how long after the original series. So I don't know if we're going to see characters from the OG series in it. So that'll be interesting.
Okay. Well, that's something to look forward to for all the mecha enjoyers.
Go watch Brave Bang Braveheart in the meantime.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Dan's really high on that one. But I guess getting into my third and final show that I'm really, really, really excited about is A Condition Called Love. This is just a standard romance. I'm pretty sure it's a shoujo. It's done by East Fish Studio, and it's from a 2017 ongoing manga that's sitting at like a 7.78. So it should be pretty decent. Basically, the synopsis of this is Hotaru is a high schooler who treasures her family and friends above all else. Unable to understand romance, she decides she will be content living without the experience of falling in love. While Hotaru is spending time at a cafe with her close friend, she witnesses the breakup of a handsome honor student, Hana Noi. Encountering him sitting alone in the snow on her way home, she extends her umbrella to turn to him in a gesture of kindness. The very next day, he asks her out to be his girlfriend. So, you know, give him an umbrella. The next day, he's like, oh, well, she must be into me, right? That's a logical. So let's ask her out. And she rejects him. But he continues to stick around her and perform, like doing stuff, doing selfless acts in hopes of making her happy, in hopes of changing her mind. And she eventually begins to feel emotions that she had never felt before, believing that these emotions could blossom into love. She finally goes out with him. She finally agrees to go out with him. So, you know, I'm pretty excited for this. I think that other than Spice and Wolf, like this is my main romance type thing that I got going on for this season. I didn't really see a whole lot else going on. So it might be like a weaker romance, like cute season for me, which could be good because then I won't be watching 20 anime. I'll have time to watch, you know, my backlog of shit. So, but definitely want to check this out. It's cute and fluffy. It looks good. It's got a cool premise. It's high school romance, so like it's right up my alley, right? So.
My only notes I have for this show are hard pass looks up Tyler's alley.
That it is. This probably isn't gonna. I don't think this is gonna beat like Dangers in My Heart or A Sign of Affection, you know. But I say this could be potentially like an 8 for me, just based off like trailer and what I know of it. I know, you know, some of my manga friends from the anime community, they really hype up this manga, so I'm pretty excited for it. So
nice. Yeah, speaking of A Danger's in My Heart or whatever it is, I literally had to block those words on Twitter because I was so tired of it being the only thing my feed was because of you and fucking Krieger.
Bro, like it's doing work right now. Of course, it doesn't have Frieren or Apothecary Diaries to compete with it in like the trending pose, but like it's literally held the number one spot in like best anime, best boy, best girl, and best couple for I think the whole winter season so far. So
I don't trust that fan voting. No, I'm just kidding.
it says something. It says something about it. And
Definitely.
season 1 was all right. It was above average, especially after the first couple episodes. After you got past the, wanting to kill people, middle schooler vibes. But the second season is just so much better. Right now, it's probably about a 9 for me. I just really love it so much. It's hitting all the spots that it should hit. And Dan's over here got me branching off to Dangers in My Heart. Just a little side rant. I'll blame him this time. So
I was just gazing off into the distance, not paying any attention to what he just said.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I actually cut myself off after I started going.
I am proud of you. That was one of your shorter rants.
I almost buckled down and went even further. And then I was like, wait a minute. We're not talking about Dangers in My Heart. We're talking about Spring.
Jeez. And we're not going to go into too much detail on these two shows, but we did want to mention them. We've talked about them a bunch. We've had them on the rundown, both of these now. So Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc and My Hero Academia Season 7. We're both really excited for those. The trailers looked really good, so let's get it. But fuck My Hero for doing their weird schedule because they made it so we can't cover it on the rundown.
Yeah, and and the bad thing is I think I would rather have My Hero Academia than Demon Slayer on the rundown because this might be a weaker Demon Slayer arc, right?
We just cut them both. Cut them both. They're out. We're doing new shit.
Well, I mean, the good news if we happen to do that, I think we got some pretty good picks. So, I'm sure we'll probably maybe get the community involved again, maybe. So on at least one of them, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Probably. As long as they don't make me watch Unconditional Love. We're good.
A Condition of Love.
Whatever. I'm out.
Oh wait, I even got it wrong. A Condition Called Love. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't make y'all watch that though. So
no, that's
not anywhere close to what y'all got going on. So
no. We have a type here. 2 out of 3 Degens have a type, and it is boxing.
Yeah. I got lucky one time and got them to watch Insomniacs After School, which was really good.
That was good because it wasn't in your face. It wasn't like in your face High School Romance. It was just cute shit.
Yeah, it was just it was like a slice of life with romance.
There were plenty of episodes though that made me want to fall asleep.
Yeah, but we had fun talking about it on the rundown though.
We did.
Those were some of my favorite times. So.
Back in the day. Cool. So next we're going to get into a couple underdogs. So we're not sure about these shows, but they look interesting. So my first one is Karasu wa Aruji wo Iranbanai. And that's The Crow Does Not Choose the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
So this is from the Yadagasuru novel series. It's a historical fantasy. They're starting with the second book for some reason. So I guess the first book must be trash.
Either that or they're going to do the old thing where the second season is actually a prequel, kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen did, right?
Maybe. I don't know. That's just kind of weird to do with like a novel series that's already out, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
JJK was written that way. It wasn't like he wrote JJK 0 and the second season and then like wrote the story of Yuji, you know, like that's how they wrote it. So it's gonna be done by Studio Pierrot. So Naruto's getting delayed again, or Boruto's getting delayed again. Thank God. You know, I'm surprised they had enough time to make this with them making a McDonald's anime. So Perot, you're kind of getting on Mappa levels and making people work right now, and we're not a fan of that.
Did you check out the McDonald's bullshit anime?
No, I didn't yet.
Okay, so I did. Thankfully, I found because you can't watch this unless you have a QR code that is on like your bag or receipt from a McDonald's purchase. And you have to get that QR code weekly because it's releasing 4 different episodes every week. It's releasing one episode for 4 weeks, and you have to make a purchase for that week to get the new content.
And wait, can you do that with like US McDonald's?
I guess any McDonald's, but but they didn't like limit it to one thing per QR code. So if your buddy goes and to McDonald's and puts this on Twitter, you can literally scan that QR code and you're in it. You can watch it and read it. They actually released a manga, like a 20-some page manga chapter. They were going to release one for 4 weeks, one each week, and the anime short that they talk about is literally a 30-second short. Anime short. A 30-second anime short.
I love this. I just fucking love McDonald's, like their marketing team. They're like, this is a great idea. No, this is the dumbest thing you've ever done.
I was expecting a like 10-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute short anime version, like OVA type shit. And they literally put a YouTube, like TikTok short, like 30 seconds. And it basically was a race to McDonald's to get Wick Nuggets and eat the Wick sauce.
Sauce.
Yeah, it's McDonald's, Wick Nuggets, and Wick sauce in this anime world. And it's literally a race between a guy and a girl to McDonald's. And they get there and they stick a McNugget in a sauce, and then it was just like, get your McNuggets and mix sauce at McDonald's now. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. It's basically like a 30-second commercial.
So you're telling me that an anime made and promoted by McDonald's could not afford to use the McDonald's name?
Well, they did it. They did it because
I'm sure it was a joke, but I think it's just funny.
Yeah.
I think it's just funny.
They said that all like the fictional representation of McDonald's has always been WickDonald's, so that's what it's going to be in the thing. Did you see that they actually like changed like the bagging and the cups to WickDonald's?
No.
Yeah, they actually changed like the bags and like the cups, all like the logos to WickDonald's in the actual stores too. So
that's wild. I had to go to Mickey D's now. Fuck.
But yeah, every week you have to go back to get a QR code in order to get the 20 page chapter manga and the 30-second short for the next week. So there's going to be this one was, I guess, an action. There's going to be a mecha, and there's going to be a romance, and then there's going to be a 4th one. I forget what it was. So
I can watch a McDonald's romance anime.
Yeah, 30 seconds. But yeah, it's definitely not what I expected. But yeah, I just had to go on that little rant there because, I happened to watch it today and I was like, bro, this shit is not what I expected from Studio Perot. So
we got to fucking change your name to Off Tangent Tyler, dude. You just keep going on tangents.
Bro, I had to let the people know, don't get fooled by McDonald's. It's 30 It's basically a TikTok. So
do you want to get back to the crow people?
Yeah, I'm ready to get back. It's way more interesting than what I watched.
So this story is set in an alternate world called Yamauchi, and it's ruled by Yatagasaru. It's ruled by the Yatagasaru clan, who are able to transform between human and crow forms. So we have crow people. That's kind of rad. Yukiya, a beautiful and eccentric Yatagasaru boy, is chosen to serve the young prince. While encountering various events in the conspiracy-filled imperial court, he forms a strange master-servant relationship with the young prince. So I think anime is all in on this like imperial court vibe right now, because that's exactly what Apothecary Diaries is. So if you're into that, you might want to check this out. The animation looked really good, and they had these giant flying crow cart thingies, which looked dope.
I just don't know how good it's gonna be. I have no idea.
Yeah, I literally had trouble finding this. Dan said he was going to be talking about this, and I couldn't hardly find it on Mal. So
Yeah,
um,
it was pretty low at the bottom of the Spring 24, but sometimes you find gems in the 6th round,
yeah, I mean the character designs and stuff actually looked pretty good. The animation I thought looked okay, but there was times where it was kind of awkward. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was just what I was looking at or what. I don't know, but I'm definitely excited to check this out. If it's anything like Apothecary Diaries, which is my favorite show besides Frieren of the last couple seasons. So um, when you start talking about turning into crows and shit, all I could think about was Uchihas. I was like, damn, that sounds like Uchihas, bro.
That is some Uchiha shit right there, ain't it?
Yeah, Itachi. So, but yeah, definitely looking forward to this too, especially since it's by Studio Pro. So, but if that's all you got, I'll get into my underdog. I'm gonna go with. I actually got 2 wrote down, but I think this one's more interesting. Kinda. It's called Viral Hit, and this is gonna be done by Studio Okaruto Noboru, and it is from a 2019 ongoing manga, and it's setting around an 8 on Mal, so we know it's halfway decent. But basically the synopsis is: bullied by his classmate and popular NewTube streamer Pakgo, Yo Hobbin's high school days were filled with humiliation and abuse. His troubles don't end there, though. Hobbin also works at a part-time job to pay for his mother's hospital bills. And one day, Hobbin accidentally spills ramen on Pakgo's cameraman, causing his live stream to basically end. Finally fed up with all the bullying and stuff, Hobbin fights back and ends up in a pathetic brawl with them. And it turns out the camera from the stream that went off air was actually recording during this fight, and the footage got accidentally uploaded to YouTube, whatever, and had gone viral overnight, earning Hobbin a whopping 10 million won from viewership. And basically drawn to the money that the streaming site can offer him and his mother, they work together. He forms an unlikely ally to produce more videos of him fighting and see how far it can go for him. Taking on other bullies and other strong opponents, he will either rise to the top of the streaming world or finally meet a foe he can't outsmart. And the whole time I was watching like the trailer and reading the synopsis and just looking into the show, and I'm just like, this is like Do It for the Vine, the anime.
I'm laughing because I saw you put Do It for the Vine, and my only thing I saw watching this, I'm like, how has nobody yelled World Star in the background yet? Like, this is a fighting YouTube video. Like, somebody's gonna go World Star.
Yeah, I mean, and younger kids, they probably won't get Do It for the Vine, so it's basically like Do It for the gram, do it for the TikTok. you know, I'm not even sure if they know what World Star means, but all the people our age, the older people, they know what we're talking about. So, but I don't know if this is actually going to be good or not. You didn't really get to see fights in the trailer. You just got to see, him getting the shit beat out of him. I think this would be a fun comedy, possibly. Especially if the fights was kind of decent.
It looks so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of bad, but if it was funny and the fights was halfway decent, then I think that it could be okay. It could probably be about a 7, probably.
5.
It would be fun to watch, probably.
Hard 5.
Especially if they do have a World Star or the Japanese version of World Star where they can put it on the screen as subtitles, like that would be amazing. So, but yeah, I just had to talk about this for a minute because looks so fun. It looks so funny. So, the second one I had is actually called Windbreaker, and it's kind of like a delinquent anime. So if you basically like the main character just wants to fight strong people, that's what he wants to do. He just wants to fight the strong guys, and his I'm assuming it's just like fist fighting. And so this reading it, the synopsis and stuff, it seems like wants to kind of be like a Buchigiri type deal, like that's airing right now from Mappa, and except without the brother complex shit that's going on in it, hopefully. So, um, but if you like Tokyo Revengers or some shit like that, just a good old delinquent action, then this is probably something to have your eyes out for.
Yeah, when I watched the trailer for this, the main character had his hair was half black, half white, and his eyes were two different colors. And the only thing that went through my head is, why is Todoroki doing hood rat shit?
I mean, you got a point there. So I don't think there's any powers in this. I think it's just like fist fighting. So, but it's definitely interesting. The manga got a 7.42 on Mal, so it's not too bad, especially for like a fighting delinquent manga, which I would probably say don't really go well in manga form, I would say. So they definitely have a better chance of it doing something as an anime. So, but yeah,
Awesome.
That's all I got.
And then we got a few recommendations from the people.
What
so thanks
they're
everybody.
excited for.
Yeah, thanks everybody who commented on our socials and let us know in Discord what they're excited for. The first show we got is Bartender, Glass of God. And I guess this is a remake from a show that released in 2006 for 11 episodes. But the manga ran 2004 to 2011, so it just must have never got a second season. So this is like a gourmet drama assigning. It's basically about like this bar hidden in the back streets of the Ginza district, and this prodigy bartender works there who can just mix like dank ass drinks, and the drinks make people happy. So this show's gonna have a lot of alcoholics in it by the end of it. That's my guess.
Yeah, and it looks really pretty. It looks really good, animation wise. My only concern with it is like, what's the plot gonna be? Are we just chilling at the bar listening to adults bullshit with each other, basically like what we do every Tuesday and Thursday? Is that we gonna be listening to the Anime Degens podcast?
Yeah, I don't know how this would work as an anime. Like, I mean, it kind of reminds me of when I said I wanted to be a Billy Bass on the bar of or at the wall of some Midwestern bar so I could hear the stories. But like, I wouldn't want to watch that for a season. Like, I was joking.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like the synopsis and even the trailer, it really doesn't let you know how it's gonna go. So I'm interested to see what they're actually gonna do with this. So why do we want to watch an anime about a bartender? So I don't know. That's the only thing I got with this. The manga is almost an 8, so I mean, I guess it's pretty decent, right? So
yeah, if you're into that. I don't know.
We'll find out. Like I said, this is our socials, Threads, Twitter, and Discord. People, I think it was mostly Threads people was listening to this one. So like they're excited for it for some reason. So maybe they've read the manga. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check it out. But
I like a frosty beverage.
But our second one that people are excited for, Twitter and Discord kind of went crazy for this one. It's Laid Back Camp Season 3. And all the other seasons are 8+ on Mal. This is your like people were saying peak slice of life. It's basically cute girls doing cute things, slice of life. It's basically about like camping. Cute girls camping. And if I remember correctly, they actually like take real world stuff. Like you could actually watch this show and probably be able to camp, know what you're doing camping after you watch it. You know what I mean?
I don't need to watch a bunch of girls do cute things to know how to camp, man.
But if you really enjoy camping and all the stuff that come along with it, then what's better than watching something about camping than cute girls camping, right?
Literally anything.
No.
Yeah.
I'm literally watching this like really soon. So
Dude,
probably next few days. So
I'll just never understand the fascination with cute girls doing cute things. Like I'm not the guy for it, you know. But
oh
so I
no.
watched the trailer for, I think it was season 1. I didn't watch the season 3 trailer because like I don't know
Spoilers
what's
and
going
stuff.
on.
Yeah.
But like, well, I'm never gonna watch it anyways. But it just wouldn't make any sense. But what is with this purple-haired girl's forehead? It is gigantic. Like she has 3 times the size of a forehead of every other character, and that's the only thing I noticed, and I could not
Yeah.
watch the rest of it.
You're slandering the people's pick, bro.
Yeah, of course. It's me. This is
They're
the
gonna be
people's
so
pick.
upset with you.
I don't care. They've heard me talk shit about this genre a million times.
No, I'm not sure though. But to answer your previous question, what do people like about this type of stuff? Cute girl doing cute things. The reason why I like stuff like this is because it's just like chill. Like you can literally watch the dub. Well, most of the times you can watch the dub and just chill and watch it and not have to think about too much. Like it's just like cute cuteness. It's fluffy.
It's background noise.
And not really. You're actually watching it. It's just like you're not like having to think about it too much. It's like, oh, look at this. That's really cute. Like that's really cute and cool.
Ain't for
You
me,
know?
man. I want thought-provoking shit, you know? Like that's why I like stuff like Code Geass, because it like makes you think.
I mean, I like some hard stuff too, like that, but I like to have this to balance it out. That's what I'm saying too. So
I
but,
can't do it, man.
but it is by Studio 8-Bit. If you know who that is, not sure. So
Cool. So our next show we got that people are excited for is Konosuba season 3. And I actually just started watching this, so I have not watched the trailer because I don't want spoilers. It's a really fun show, man. It is like your peak trash isekai. And
I would say above average is the guy.
I said peak trash.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a crazy good written story. Like it's very comical.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something serious, I would not recommend it. But my girl Darkness, she's my girl. She's my girl.
I mean, doesn't so it's about the main character's, I think, a guy, right?
Yeah. So
And
the main
he
character
has a harem, right?
Yeah, he gets a harem in like 2 episodes. He's in his bag, dude, but he hates them all because they all so bad at their job.
But it sounds like a fun time, honestly.
Like Darkness is a crusader who literally can't hit anything when she attacks, but she just loves getting like attacked by enemies and it turns her on. So she's just a really horny chick. The other Megumin, I think it is, she's just horny for explosions. And then Aqua the goddess, she's just a crybaby, you know, like. And then poor Kazuma's got to deal with all this shit.
I mean, at least they're gods, right? So
she's a goddess. She's a goddess. The rest are just people. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun show. I think I'm like 10 episodes in now. So
yeah, this is one that's always been right there in grasp of me watching it. I think I did watch like 1 or 2 episodes of it before, and then I got really busy and I put it down. So I would really like to watch this sometime or another because this is right up my alley too, honestly.
Yeah, no, this was written for you.
Yeah.
Like this was written for you. Like Kazuma he gets the steal technique and he can use a magic steal spell, and his luck is so high that he just steals panties.
I mean, I love it already, not gonna lie.
It's so stupid.
But yeah, this is really popular anime by a lot of people. So I wasn't really surprised to see this on Konosuba or see this on the socials. So but our last social the people on social, what they was talking about was actually Mushoku Tensei, which is Jobless Reincarnate season 2 part 2. So this is just the second part of the part that aired. Wasn't it like summer of last year. So
Yeah.
but as y'all know, this is your standard isekai. It was above average, but I think it dipped down for me personally. It went down with the second season. But if you like isekais, then I would probably check this out because the first season is actually pretty good. So it's just the first part of the second season, I did not like it. I'm really hoping that we're on to bigger and better things in this second part. So
Did you watch season 2, the first part?
yeah, I did.
So did our boy finally get a boner?
Well, spoiler for anyone that who is interested, he actually did.
These are the hard-hitting questions the listeners want to hear.
Yeah, he actually did at the end of the thing. He actually got a boner for so he thought it was a guy. It was somebody that he knew that was acting like a it was an elf. It was an elf, and they was dressing up as a guy as a disguise in a new place. Like, you don't understand it because you don't know what happened. Like, they got separated or whatever, and this elf had she got separated into a different part, and she had to go undercover or whatever to not be, I guess, killed or something. I'm not sure. I forget. I don't even know if they said the reason, honestly, but for some reason she had to go undercover, and she went undercover as a man or a boy elf, and that's how Rudius knows her when he got to this part. He only knew of them as a boy elf in this magical college or whatever school, and he actually got a boner. And it was such a big deal because he was like, am I, is this what it is? Like, am I attracted to boys now?
Am I gay?
Yeah, I mean, that was a thing, So, and I was like, this is a really weird way to do this,
Damn, dude. I can't believe Rudius got to Blue Chew before we did, man.
I mean, it was a very, like, the season, the first part started off so good. I mean, the first part of the second season started off pretty good, and then it just like took a nosedive out of nowhere. It's just like, what are we watching now? We just watching every episode talk about how he can't get an erection. Like, that's basically what it was. So now that we got that over with, maybe we get back to the good shit. Maybe we get back to like the peak, like I wouldn't say peak, but the good fantasy action adventure show that it can be. So, but I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
There's a reason why I think the first season is like an 8 in my book, and the second season, part 1, I think I put it down as like a 6. So,
damn.
I almost dropped it, but I liked the first season too well. So,
damn.
But yeah, pretty excited. Well, I wouldn't say pretty excited, but I'm excited to see what the second part
hopeful
holds. Yeah, hopeful of what the second part holds. If we get back to normal, I could see this being around a 7 or so for me. We'll have to see. So
awesome. Well, guys, that is our little look ahead to spring 2024. We're all really excited about these shows. Hope you guys are too. If you guys have any shows you are excited for and you missed our social post about getting some time on the podcast for us to talk about it, jump in the Discord. We can chat about it there. Next week, I'm not here. The guys are going to be checking out Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke. I'm very jealous. That is such a good movie, and I wish I was here to talk about it. Make sure to tell your friends, rate the podcast. Join the Discord, like I said, linktree.com/Anime Degens. And these guys will catch you next week. Peace.
Later.
Push